Hey, hey, hello, hello, hello. How are you? Hey, yes, yes, yes. Come on in, come on in. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hello, welcome to Faith Week, day 3. Welcome to Faith Week. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me hit live because I didn't hit it. All right, awesome. Live in both platforms. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Faith Week. Welcome to day 3 of Faith Week. I am Gladys Peaches Kenney, your faith motivator, author, speaker, cancer survivor, and I am one who empowers you to regain your voice and confidence. Hello, Miss Barrett. Hello, hello, welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you. Um, Thank you everyone for hopping on. Please share this video. Thank you so much. Today is day 3 of Faith Week. The topic today is remaining focused. Remaining focused. Hello, Kelly Realm. Shout out to my niece. Welcome. Share, hit share, send this to your friends. Today's topic is remaining focused, in which I am going to be operating in that, doing that today, remaining focused, because a lot of things do pull our attention. So it is important for us to remain focused. While you're here, also those who are able to stay to the end, this is broadcast at about 20 to 30 minutes. If you stay to the end, I'll be giving away a free gift. Say gift, yay, gift. I'll be giving away a free gift. And you will get a chance. Yeah, I'll give away a free gift for those who stay on. Meanwhile, be sure to like and follow me at Faith Steps 8 and Stepping Out on Faith Dare to Dream. Hello, yes. And those who hop on, who hop on early, you get your shout out. So let me say hi to Miss Barris, Cosby Kelly, hello, Emiko. Hello, welcome. Thank you. Again, I'm Gladys Peaches Kenney. And we are about to go ahead and get rocking and rolling. Those who are on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, be sure to like and share. Okay. Today is day 3 of Faith Week. Those who have been able to participate earlier this week, I appreciate it. I thank you so much. Well, without further ado, we'll just go ahead and move forward. Again, welcome to Faith Week, day 3. Topic is remaining focused. And I am Gladys Peaches Kenney, and I empower you to regain your voice and confidence that has been buried due to fear, setbacks, loss, disappointments, and failures. And I teach you how to regain your confidence, as well as eliminate those negative thought patterns and decisions that you make. And I empower you to make bold decisions for yourself in your life. And so I am a faith motivator. I'm a licensed therapist and social worker, and I am a life confidence coach. So today we'll get a chance to talk about remaining focused. And some of the things we'll discuss is what does it mean to focus? What's important? Why is it important to focus? And what tends to pull us away from focusing? Okay. What tends to pull us away from focusing in, and then I'll give you a few tips on how to remain focused. Okay. And of course, those who stay towards the end, then you'll get a chance to receive a free gift. Okay. All right. So what does it mean to focus? What does it mean to focus? To focus means that you are paying attention or keeping your interest in something in particular. That means you're giving interest to something. That something may be a person, place, or thing. person, place, or thing, such as you might be focusing and listening to GPS. Right? How many of you guys need extra help when it comes to when you are driving? I'm raising my hand. Say yes, put a hand in the chat if you need help when you are driving. So you have to focus on what the GPS is directing you what to do. Also, we tend to we might focus on our job. We may focus on our friendship or relationship or your spouse. You may also be focusing on social media, in which we might talk a little bit more about that. Focus on social media as well. But whatever we focus on, that is what is consuming our time. That's what we're concentrating on. We are concentrating on that particular subject. And one of the reasons, or many reasons, why we tend to focus and concentrate on information is because we want to gain knowledge. We want to gain knowledge. Raise your hand if you're a life learner. Put a 2 in the chat if you are a life learner, and like whether you have degrees or not, whether you're young or old, you are just willing to learn. And it's so important to be willing to learn. So in order to learn, what you will need to definitely focus, concentrate. So when we're focusing, some of the benefits is, one, it allows you to build relationships, right? Build relationships. So we need to build relationships, because every relationship is not a good relationship. Hello? Put a hello in the chat if you know every relationship is not always good for you, right? So you have to focus on what is good, okay? And what's not so good. You have to, you have to focus so you'll know, to be able to distinguish, So we focus also because of partnerships. Sometimes many people on here may be entrepreneurs. You may be a beginner, a novice. You might just be starting out or been thinking about being an entrepreneur or whatever that gift or that you have. You may have been thinking about it, or you might already be in the game and like, you know what, I'm ready to elevate. I'm ready to advance. So I need to partner up with somebody else. So focusing and concentrating will assist you with establishing that relationship and that partnership, okay? Because you'll both need to bring things to the table. Hello? Focusing and concentrating also on a particular subject is also good because we get to learn skills. Say skills, type skills in the chat. We need to learn skills. God said that our gift will make room for us. And some of us were born with particular gifts, the gifts of singing, the gift of organization, the gift of, let's say, typing fast, the gift of running. We all have skills. And so sometimes you need to, even though God gives us, gifts, we also need to enhance our skills. Say enhance. We need to enhance our skills. So it calls us to need to take time out to focus so we can gain that new knowledge, gain that new skill, and that will put us in a better position and prepare us for the next. As you gain more knowledge and understanding, then it makes you, depending on the type of knowledge you have. I was just listening as I was in my training and learning. I was just listening that when you advance and you know at least 10% more than the average person, it can sometimes make you an expert. Now, but definitely concentrating and focused on a new skill is important. Again, I'm not going to dismiss you having a degree. I have several degrees. However, even with you having degrees, even if you don't have a degree, I encourage you to still take time to focus and be willing to learn something new. Or if you're in a particular field, gain even more knowledge to build on that. Say build. It's important to focus so that we can build. And then what ties into that is it's important for us to focus for us to be able to improve. We want to improve ourselves. We don't want to be the same, because if you remain the same, that sometimes is an indication of you being stagnant, and things that are stagnant tend to die. Hello? And dying does not always mean the physical death. It means you're dying in your mindset, you're dying in your heart, you're dying in being willing to pursue something different. Because the God that I know, he likes the return on his investment, because he talked about it in the Bible, how he gave those talents to the three men, and one went and got a return, the other one got a return, but then one took his talent, his gift, and instead of him focusing, he just took and hid it. And God called him wicked. Why? Because he did not improve. He did not advance. He did not multiply the gift that he had. So it's important for us to focus so that we can improve, and so that our gifts will make room for us, and so that we can advance. And that as we improve, then that opens up other doors and opportunities for us. Hello? All right. So if focusing is so important, what tends to drive us away from it? What tends to pull us away from us focusing? Because whatever you really value, can I say this? Which I'm sure you know, whatever you value, that's where you spend the most of your time. Hello? That's put a type time in the chat. Whatever you value, whatever you focus on, whatever you concentrate on the most, that is what you love. That is what you value. And ask me how I know, because time is something that you can't get back. Time, once it's gone, like, okay, I started this at 12 noon, right? Time is already lapsing, right? Time is already lapsing away from us. We can't get it back. So whoever you focus on the most, that is what you value the most. That is where your heart is. And God talks about out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And also an indication of where you spend your time and who you spend your time with, where you spend your time with. At or what have you. That is showing what you value the most. What you value the most, because again, we can't get time back. And so I would love to hear in the chat and see what are some of the things that you focus on. What are some things that you focus on? I just wonder, are some of those things you're focused on your relationship? Are you focused on social media? Are you focused on the football game, the volleyball game, the baseball game? What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on improving? Are you focusing so much on your job that you're not spending time with the kids? What are you focusing on? What are you focusing on? Out of that list, was God in there? Let me ask, was God in the list? Was God in that list of things that you focus on? Because let me tell you, one of the key things to assisting us to be focused is putting our heart and minds towards God, seeking his. God says in Matthew 6:33, which is what was one of my first and favorite scriptures, is basically put him first. When we put him first, when we align with him first, then he directs our paths. He directs our paths. And so when we invite him into our situations, because having a job is not bad, having a relationship isn't necessarily bad, but whatever we do, we need to make sure God is approved of it, and God is in it. So where you're spending your time is important. Inviting God to assist you with being focused. But I'm going to tell you what tends to pull you away are distractions. Put 3 in the chat if distractions have ever pulled you away. Yes. You see, yes. Distractions pull you away from you focusing. Distractions take up your time. Distractions get you off your course. Distractions cause you to be double-minded. Distractions can really pull you in a way in which you didn't plan on going. You know, as I was taking time to look up and just add more, doing more learning, taking time to focus, I was looking at the race horses, right? Kentucky Derby. And I watched a couple of times how the horses had on, they were called blinders or blinkers. Right. And of course, well, I'm trying to show, but what it had was they had the mask on them so that the horses were able to just focus on the prize. They were just focused on going forward. They weren't distracted by who was to the right, who was to the left, because the jockey wanted to win. So he wanted to have that advantage of not having his horse get distracted by going the wrong direction. So it's so important for us to focus, because distractions pull us. What are some distractions? Sometimes people, nonsense, hearing nonsense stuff, worrying. Worrying can be a distraction, right? Can I get a witness? Worrying can be a distraction. Not believing God, like, because your circumstance doesn't always, when what God tells you, sometimes your circumstance doesn't always line up with God promised you. Like he said, you're wealthy, you're the head and not the tail. It doesn't always line up immediately, but it takes, as I talked about earlier this week, us having that relationship with God, building that relationship with God, obeying him and responding to his word and repeating his word. Those tips that I provided earlier this week, watch the replay if you need it, helps you to develop that faith walk, helps you to develop. And when distractions come, you begin to recognize and say, oh, no, not today. I rebuke you, Satan. Not today. I'm not going to be pulled in the wrong direction today, because God said if we resist the devil, he will flee. And again, I mentioned on yesterday's topic, the devil isn't a little guy walking around with this red suit on. Okay. And to be honest, we could be a distractions within ourselves. Hello, say self. Sometimes we are our own distraction, our own worst critic. Sometimes it's family life. Sometimes even our jobs. Those same things that draw our attention that we need to focus on, sometimes they become a distraction because we're not balanced. We have not balanced out our life, and we have not added God in the midst. Or we might have started out saying, okay, God, I pray for this job. I pray for this husband. I pray for this business. And you might have started out with God, but then along the way, you took a detour, right? And raise your hand if you ever had a detour. Put in the chat a 3 if you ever made a detour. Yes, detours. I've made some detours too, right? Like, I'm talking about being focused. And if you follow me earlier, I mentioned about I've struggled with focusing. So focusing is not always easy. I didn't say it was easy. Hello? It is not always easy. It can be very challenging, but you have to make a decision and make up your mind. Like, you know what? This is important. Let me carve out this amount of time so I can focus. And when I'm telling you, I'm talking to myself, because there are some goals and skills and things that I want to continue to improve on myself. And so I know I'm not alone. Am I alone? I know I'm not the only one who's trying to improve, right? And so in order for me to do it, I must focus. Like you must focus. Say focus in the chat. Focus. So distractions detours, taking detours and delaying. Like when God is telling you to do something and you're like, oh man, oh no, oh no. Oh no, I'm glad I see I'm not alone. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I have that, if I'm capable. When we're delay the process because we think we're not able to do it, then that holds us back from going forth. Okay. But listen, let me give you just a few tips because time is always running out. Like, what do we say? Time. We can't get it back. Where you spend your time. And so if we take the time to get aligned, say aligned, be aligned, say be aligned with God's word, be aligned with what he's directed you, be aligned with the task and assignment that he's given you. Be aligned, be in alignment, and that will assist you to gain in focus. Making sure, like I said, carve out that time, increasing that time management to assist you with being focused. Learning to say no. Learning to say no will assist you with being focused. Because you have things to do, you have things to accomplish, you have dreams to fulfill. And guess what? I keep mentioning about this time. Time is not promised. Tomorrow's not promised. The only way in which a lot of time can go by and it could be redeemed is through the supernatural power of Christ, of the Holy Ghost and God. God is the only one who can redeem the time for the days of evil. He's the only one who can redeem the time and restore that which the cankerworm has lost. He's God, but us in our own strength, we can't. So it's important that we, one, be aligned. Two, it's important that we be intentional. Be very intentional in this time. Be very intentional about, if you write those goals out, write those things that you are desiring to do. Go back and look at those things in your journal or in your Post-it or in your tablet, wherever you may have them, or that person that has been your dream pusher. I talked about dream pushers on yesterday's live. Yesterday, go back and have that conversation and be intentional where you are spending your time, because you don't know, you're not promised tomorrow, but be intentional about who you're connecting with. You can't connect with everybody when you're trying to move forward. And that's the God's honest truth, whether they're related to you or not. You can't connect with everybody. You can't partner with everybody. I know I talked about those are some of the things we focus on, but we just can't. Because if you want to do that God thing versus a good thing, it's going to be very important that you be intentional. Hello? Can I get a 5 in the chat if you know being intentional is important? Hello? That's how we get focused. And definitely, we must be ready. Be ready. Be ready. Be ready. So God is doing some things in this time and in this hour. Okay, he is operating. If you have not already, be sure to share. He is doing amazing things. And so we must be focused. We must be aligned. We must be intentional. We must be ready. And so don't think that whatever God has promised you and it hasn't happened yet. So you got the promise and you're trying to get here, but you're kind of in between that transitional phase. Don't think that this transitional phase is waste time wasted. So during that in between phase, utilize that time, gain that skill, do some reading. Hello, reading is not a cuss word. We can read, okay? Or you can listen to an audio book. Hello, read and take advantage. Take advantage, because opportunity knocks when we are prepared. Opportunity knocks when we are prepared. So be ready and focus. Be ready and focus. So again, I told you guys that I was going to let you know why it's important to focus. I'll let you know what drives us away from being focused, those distractions. And I also gave you some tips of how we can gain our focus. Setting a schedule, being intentional, using the word no, and not feeling guilty. I used to feel guilty. Oh my gosh. I'm a social worker, but I'm a therapist. What? That's a hard profession. You don't get into that career because you want to get rich. You get in that when you want to make a difference. But in my own process, I had to learn to get focused, and I'm continuing. Put continue in the chat. Say continuing. I'm continuing to operate and maintain being focused, because for some people being laser focused, it comes easy. For others it doesn't. And so this is a continual thing. And I'll tell you, as you are focusing and working on remaining focused, remaining is an ing, that's continual. If you find yourself being pulled all over the place, right? If you find yourself, be sure to be still. Be still. Take a moment to be still. Take a moment to be still and be in and spend that time with God. Because along the course of the way, you may have gotten more distracted than you realize. Because all it takes is little by little. When we start, if we start God up here, and then little by little, we start putting him down. Instead of him being the first, he becomes second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. And so make sure you take time to spend with him. Yes, you're not alone. That struggle, I get it. But we realign, pray, seek his face, read his word, obey his word, and he will direct your path. And so I definitely want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. And as I said that I was going to give those a gift for those who have taken the time to stay in. So part of me focusing or what have you and taking advantage of a moment real quick. I'm gonna give a quick 30-second version of me 2016 losing my job, no fault of my own. Then weeks later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. But during some of that time, what came out of that was I birthed my first 2 books, Stepping Out on Faith, Dare to Dream book and workbook. And what I love to do is provide 2 of those chapters, the one on procrastination and the one on stepping out. Why do I give away those chapters? Because of procrastination, I wasn't always focused. It took me 4 years or so to finish that book. It doesn't have to take that long. But because I wasn't remaining focused, it took time. But only God redeemed the time. But I just want you to know that when you are focused, God is able to do amazing things with you and through you. So that book is Stepping Out on Faith, Dare to Dream. You can go to the link. I have the link on, which is bit.ly/free FREESOOF. And that link is case sensitive. I hope you can see it. It is in my chat. I hope you can see it and know that will bless your life. That will empower you to step out. I'm writing it in the chat. Oh, okay. So be sure to stay focused and know that as you remain focused in God. Okay. I just typed the link in the chat. I hope you can see it. Give me a thumbs up if you can see that link, that bit.ly. I type it is case sensitive, so it's important that you use that. And my last thing before I go, for those of you who are like, oh my gosh, where's she been all my life? Wow, she's dope. She's amazing. I enjoy listening to her. I wanted to hear more about her. I would love to get the opportunity to work with her because, as I mentioned, I empower my clients to regain their voice and confidence that's been buried due to fear, anxiety, setbacks, loss, low self-esteem, and just not feeling like they're worth anything and having that lack of confidence. So I come from that place. So I walk that place. And now I'm on the other side of that place because I've learned to be focused. I learned to walk with God. I've learned to know my worth. And so now God has put me in a position to be a service to those who are ready to go deeper and dive deeper and work with me. And so I have opened up my Lifeline coaching and therapeutic services, my program of I Am Confidence. If you visit my website, Faith Steps 8, then and go to my services, you will actually be able to see the different packages that I have available to work with you. And if you have any questions, just be sure to send me an email. I will look forward to it. I just typed in my website, faithsteps8.com. I want to honor your time. I definitely want to thank you. Remember to stay focused. Stay focused. You are created for greatness. God created you for greatness. Type greatness in the chat if you know, and stay focused. Greatness in the chat and stay focused. Okay. Again, I'm Gladys Kenney, and it was my honor and pleasure. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We have 2 more days left. Part of the reason for the Faith Week is because this is the kickoff, not only for me relaunching my coaching, but also for me to kick off the Faith Day Live, which started 6 years ago when I was in cancer treatment. I was in radiation treatment, and I started officially on this day 6 years ago. March the 15th was my first day of radiation treatment. But look at me now. Look at me now. Hello. God is good, right? So I am a witness of what it looks like remaining focused. I'm a witness of what it looks like for putting God first. And have I gotten it all right? Have I made mistakes? Yes, I have. But I've gotten back up. And so now I'm on the other side of that goodness, and you can be on the other side as well. Be sure to share, like, and if you're watching this replay, send me a message. Be sure to tag me. I look forward to watching. I will look forward to working with you. Again, if those who are ready to dive deep and say they're ready to invest in themselves and say, you know what, listen, you talking about focus, but I know I'm gonna still need some help. I'm gonna need somebody hold me accountable. But guess what? Here I am, here to serve. Yes, yes, yes. And so it was a pleasure talking with you today. Y'all have a blessed and amazing day. I hope to see you on tomorrow as well for Faith Day week number 4. And I'll see you soon. God bless you.